guys find them all? They're hard. I can't find them either. See? Before it?
I don't know. You sign up?
Yeah, we are supporting men and women who have HIV or African descent. We have programs. We have a game night. We have Phoenix Rising, which is on Wednesdays, and that's for people to come in and have support. We have testing. We have a game and movie night. We have a Brothers Who Read.
Okay.
They are across the way.
Oh, okay. Covered California. Are you guys going to be in existence next year?
We hope to be. Excuse me.
You like my shoes?
Make sure you go over there and get your food.
Oh wow, this is a big march. Where's Abba?
Our car is back home.
Maybe I'll see someone I know today. Which congregation are you with?
San Jose. Excuse me for...
Alright, so here's what we're gonna do. We need to go off to the left. I'm going to suggest how to go left.
Okay.
And I would rather do that before there's
What time is it then? So, I love that Saturday. I keep trying to find that guy.
What else is happening?
First year I came, I was no nothing. I was
Tech for what?
For, sorry?
Tech for milk?
MLK.
Oh, tech for MLK.
How you doing? Nice to meet you. Yeah.
And James is my medication coach. And a friend.
Is he your...
You're welcome, buddy. Happy MLK Day.
I'll hold this. No, 5. Thank you. Just like a very large person. We're gonna give you all our shows.
Since I cut down on coffee,
Yeah, I pretty much. I like it. I just don't eat it. Sometimes I just like the taste of it. Have you been able to do the morning one? Is it just the afternoon one that gets in the way?
we used to be after I was getting a little bit morning. Yeah, I mean, mornings get changed to 6 o'clock. Originally, it was just me getting up at 1.
They messed that kid up.
No, you're going to hold his hand.
He didn't use. What you mean use it? He dropped the mic.
You tomorrow leaders.
Yeah!
What a great segue. Man, I'm pumped up, y'all. This is a great day. This is a great day. But you know, we talk about the youth. We talk about them being leaders. But a lot of times, we don't recognize the leaders that's actually out there on the ground doing the work. This is what this section is about. It's about the ones that have lost loved ones to violence. It's about the ones that comfort the people that have lost someone to violence. It's about the ones that come out at night when you have people out there laying on the ground and no one there to comfort them. We got some ladies here in San Francisco that have felt those tragedies personally, lived those tragedies with you, fought for those tragedies for you. I'm talking about ladies that have been recognized all over the United States. But I don't even think we really recognize them here like we should. And that's going to change today. We're going to make sure that they get the recognition that they deserve. And the first one that I would like to call up, she's the Executive Director of Sojourner Truth Foster Family Services. You know her, and I know her. Carletta Jackson Lane. JD, come on up.
Good afternoon, everyone. I want to give honor to God for this glorious day. My name is Carletta Jackson Lane. I'm the Executive Director of Sojourner Truth Foster Family Service Agency. I would like to extend my love, appreciation, and devotion to my mother, Alma Jackson, the founder of Sojourner Truth. We've been doing foster care for this county from Northern California for 28 years. And I want you to know today that we do have a dream. We need to save the dreams of our children. We have foster children as young as 8 years old who are being put into sexual exploitation and trafficking. They've targeted the most vulnerable of the vulnerable. These girls and boys are looking for, love. They need a home. And the reality is that we have a cruel situation of modern day slavery. I want you to know that the work that I do crosses over with mothers who have lost their children to gun violence as well. We have foster parents who have actually lost their children as well. And I want you to know that in a lot of these cases, when you have gang violence, they will take the young girls of the families and exploit them to raise money for the gangs. So there's a direct crossover into violence, and they're being manipulated everywhere possible. And what I want to say to you, I want you to join with me and stand up and say that we are going to save the dreams of our children. That's why we have the theme today for youth are our leaders, and they are our future. And I want you to know that with your help and support for all these children and families, we have an opportunity to change lives and to really stand up and do what Martin Luther King stands for, because we all have a dream and we have a right to it. Thank you.
Amen. Amen. Thank you.
We're not going to give you another certificate. I'm sure you have too many of them already. But the San Francisco Interfaith Council is honored to make a donation to your organization. Our next recipient is a woman that I've gotten to know and love. Her name is Maddie Scott, and she is the founder and executive director of the Healing Our Families and Our Nation. I have a long biography of Maddie, but I'm not going to read it. I'm just going to tell you that the work she does to heal people who've lost their children makes her an angel in our midst. So Maddie, our love, devotion, and our gratitude go to you, and we have given you a donation to help your work because we believe in it, and we honor it, and we want you to continue.
It's because of you. It's because of you and because of our children. My name is Maddie Scott. I lost my son George C. Scott 20 years ago to senseless gun violence in my neighborhood at the age of 24 years old. Wasn't a stranger that shot him. It was somebody he grew up with and knew him. Ate at my house, slept at my house, ate my food. I forgave him for what he did, because if I didn't, I wouldn't be here today. I wouldn't be here today and I wouldn't be able to do this work. It's because of people like Dr. Amy C. Brown, Rita Simmer, who just got off the podium, Michael Pappas, Rudy Corpus, Sean Richards, United Players, Mothers in Charge, Alma Jackson, who's our physical agent at Sojourner 2 Foster Family Service Agents, who kept the doors open for our organization. For G.L. Hodge and the Unity Group and the Brady Campaign and Emma. And so many other people, Sharon Hewitt, I could go on and on and on. So I received this reward because of you and because of the mother who's laying at home on the couch right now trying to figure out a way to bury her baby while he lay in the morgue because she doesn't have enough money for a cemetery plot. Her child lays in the morgue right now as we speak. My sister Denise Smith. I stand for her today. And for every mother who's at home and every father who's incarcerated who cannot see his children or can't get out of jail to come to his child's funeral. We want to go to graduations and not funerals. Graduations, not funerals. Each one must reach one and teach one. That is what Dr. King's dream is all about. Each one, reach one, and teach one. Don't judge me. Love me. This is for everybody. For our LGBT brothers, our homeless brothers and sisters, our sisters who are incarcerated, and our family members who are in foster care, our loved ones who are sleeping on the streets because they can't afford decent housing, and definitely the Affordable Health Care Act that Trump is trying to take away. But we're not letting it happen. It's not going to happen, Trump. It's not going to happen because San Francisco is sending you a message. All of us, it's about all of us and none of us. We in it to win it, and together we will. We in it to win it, and together we will. You are the dream. We are the dream. Each and every one of us. To our mayor, to our supervisor, to my supervisor, London Breed, who's not here, to everybody who's on this podium, to all of you out there, I graciously accept this award. I will continue doing the work. I will not stop. We need you. I am in you. You are in me. We are strength in unity. We can do it together. We can't do it by ourselves. We need each other. We need each other. Our young people need us because they are the dream. Each and every one of you today, I want you to leave here. You are a flower created by God, our creator. Special. You're an original. There's not another copy of you. You are very special. Each and every one are flowers. But guess what happens when you put us all together? We become the beautiful bouquet that Dr. King brought here today, so God bless you.
This is what I'm talking about, y'all. We on the ground floor and we just working our way up to heaven. I have one more of those powerful sisters. Now these sisters are out there working every day. And I'm bringing up the quiet one right now. But let her tell her story. Elizabeth Torres, Administrative Advisor, Healing for Our Families and Our Nation. She is a winner, y'all. Come on up here. She don't like to talk much, y'all.
Good afternoon. I'm a native San Franciscan, and this is the best gift today that I have received, is seeing all my people of color all come together. This is what I've been about. Ever since I was a young child, I could not stand injustice. From grade school, watching that first MLK black and white video. Horrible. I came home, I did not understand. I was told to be silent, but I'm silenced no more. I want to thank my sister Maddie Scott for keeping me uplifted. I want to thank Rudy from United Players for having my back. But let me tell you what happened. I'm a good citizen, my family is good. But in 2004, I lost my son Francisco Garcia. I sent him out to dinner, and about 15 minutes later, he was shot at a stop sign in Daly City, California. 5 years, I had never known this life. What you see on TV, what you see on the news, shootings every day. Do you know what that feels like? I'm sure you do. I'm sure you have friends. I'm sure you have family members who have been affected. Neighbors on your block have been affected. But do you know what they go through? 5 years of engaging the police department from Daly City to San Francisco, pleading with them to help me. I need justice. I cannot let these killers steal from me my son. How dare you? I raised my son, not you to come into my life and rob and kill and try to destroy me. No, I was not gonna have it. So we did something brave. We never contacted Homeland Security. We never think about that, but you know what, mothers and fathers, do it. Do it and get yourself an agent, because that's what me and my loved one Alvaro Sr. did. We got ourselves an agent to work on our case, and then they swept different counties, Richmond, San Francisco, Oakland, and they bring these killers to justice, and they got life. And then, if that wasn't bad enough, I was being tested again. In 2009, they took my youngest son, Alvaro Garcia Peña. They took him again. He went to Richmond, California to break bread with friends. And some gang members that were imported from Mexico to Sacramento to Richmond. They walked into a restaurant and they opened fire on everyone. And my son and a father of 2 were gunned down. How can you survive that? How can you go on? And I tell you, it's only with God you can have the strength to do this. Only with God. You can shrivel up at home. Like Maddie said, you can lay on the couch, forget the world. But no, that's not God's plan for me. My plan was to help other mothers, other fathers, sisters, brothers, while my family helped me. Each and every one of my family members helped me to survive, because I'm not a victim, I am a survivor. And the hardest thing, I'm going to tell you employers, you supervisors, you managers, the hardest thing is to go back to work when you got 2 dead that you carry on your back. So please have mercy on us, for those who are trying to survive, and for those who are trying to live, and for those who are trying to help everyone. Thank you, Jesus. Amen.
how does one follow that? Good afternoon. I'm Michael Pappas, the Executive Director of the San Francisco Interfaith Council, and I join our chair, G.L. Hodge, and founder and past chair, Rita Semmel, in welcoming you to this auspicious celebration, the birthday of the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. This event would not have been possible without the generous support of the MGM Management Group and its affiliate, the Yerba Buena Gardens Festival, along with the Tabernacle Community Development Corporation. I got here really early this morning, and I just want a shout out to all of these wonderful people and to Local 39 and the stationary engineers who put all this together. Today, dear friends, more than ever, we need to come together for prayer and action.
And pray action.
For over a year and a half, we have endured a time of unprecedented, painful, and divisive rhetoric that has brought us to this moment of great uncertainty when basic human and civil rights have never been more threatened and at risk. If we, the leaders of San Francisco's communities of faith, are to be truly faithful to Dr. King's legacy, we must pledge with equal vigor to exert our moral authority, reclaim our prophetic voice, and fearlessly stand at the forefront of the movement to protect, advocate for, and advance human rights, social justice, and equality for all. We owe it to those who have entrusted us with this sacred call, but most especially to the young people we honor today who deserve a brighter future. But we cannot fight this fight alone. We are strengthened and we are comforted in the knowledge that prophetic voices come not only from religious leaders, but to those who have answered the call to public service. We are very, very blessed to have with us today dedicated and hardworking public servants elected to represent us and to advocate on our behalf. Joining us today, and I'd ask each of them to stand when they are acknowledged, our new state senator, Scott Wiener. Our seasoned assemblyman, David Chu. Our newest supervisor, Jeff Sheehy, who is here with his daughter, Michelle. And my dear friend, Malia Cohen, supervisor. She's here with the Cohen sisters and Ricky Nicole, her niece. Please join me in giving them a warm welcome. At this time, it is my distinct privilege and heartfelt pleasure to welcome colleague and dear friend Christine Pelosi, who is here today to represent her mother Nancy Pelosi, our member of Congress and Democratic leader of the United States House of Representatives.
Thank you, Michael. Thank you, Rita Semmel. Thank you to all of you for being here today. And thank you to those who were there yesterday at City Hall, over 3,000 strong, to protect and defend the legacy of President Barack Obama and taking our first stand. Yesterday, my mother, Nancy Pelosi, who was with us at breakfast and now is in Los Angeles, taking another stand on behalf of the Affordable Care Act and the millions of Americans who don't want to be thrown off health care. Yesterday at the rally and this morning at the labor breakfast, Nancy Pelosi reminded us of the words of Dr. Martin Luther King when he said, of all inequality, injustice in health is the most shocking and inhuman because it can result in death. We know this to be true, and in the spirit of those words, we have to come together, an interfaith community, a transpartisan community, a beloved community, to fight to make sure that the work that we have done together keeps pushing America forward. You know, my mom often says that her colleagues, when they're usually on the verge of opposing equality, will often stop and ask that God pray upon their work and that God bless their work. And her response always is, why don't we do God's work? He's already blessed that. In the spirit of our Catholic faith, I offer this, the Beatitudes, because they remind me of the work that Maddie Scott and the other honorees and that all of these people and all of you do every day. Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are they who mourn, for they shall be comforted. Blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit the earth. Blessed are they who hunger and thirst for righteousness, for they shall be satisfied. Blessed are the merciful, for they shall obtain mercy. Blessed are the pure of heart, for they shall see God. Blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be called children of God. Blessed are they who are persecuted for the sake of righteousness, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are Martin Luther King, Coretta Scott King, the freedom riders of yesterday, and the Black Lives Matter activists of today, the liberation and equality fighters of today, the youth leaders of today and tomorrow, Rita Semmel, D.L. Hodge, Maddie Scott, Carlotta Jackson Lane, Elizabeth Torres. Blessed are all of you. Blessed are all of us. God has blessed His work. Let's do that.
And now, it is my great pleasure to introduce a man that I'm proud to call my friend, a student of Dr. Martin Luther King, a student and graduate of Morehouse, the head of Third Baptist Church, and the head of the San Francisco NAACP, the Honorable Amos Brown.
Thank you, Brother G.L. Hodge, to the Reverend Mr. Michael Pappas, his superlative and exquisite leader of this interfaith enterprise, and to the mother of this organization of faith leaders, Ms. Rita Semmel. And I could not in good conscience leave this podium without acknowledging the leadership of Reverend Mr. Martin Grizzell, who picked up the leadership mantle after our friend, the Reverend Mr. Cecil Williams, retired. As a concluding note, I could very well just, in the tradition of my Baptist communion, say, amen, and let's go home.
Not like him.
But my conscience tell me that I must say to you, as we gather this day, we must never forget that we are here in this beautiful surrounding of nature and outstanding architecture, and hearing the cascading fall of the water of the Martin Luther King Memorial, which is one of the largest, most creative and impressive memorials to Dr. King in these United States and possibly in the world. But for every gift and blessing that we receive in this life, we receive them because we all live on unearned increments. And somebody else was responsible for the blessing that we receive. This memorial is the gift of the mind of one Houston Conwell, an African-American brother who called on me over a quarter of a century ago after realizing that I was one of the only 8 students that Martin Luther King Jr. taught in his lifetime at Morehouse College. And Mr. Conwell asked me, Reverend Brown, what rhetorical flights or words best define and typify Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s speech? And I said to him, well, sir, that's a question I can ask without hesitating. Amos, the 5th chapter, in which my namesake in the Holy Book said, take away from me your singing, your shouting. Take away from me all of your ritual. Take away from me your ceremony. But let justice roll down like waters and righteousness as an ever-flowing stream. Finally, my friend, on this past Friday, 2 hours before I was to again speak at the great Temple Emmanuel congregation of this city, I received a call from a lady who was of our ethnicity. She was an African American who had the unmitigated goal to say to me, Reverend Brown, why don't you leave Donald Trump alone and be kind to him by supporting him? She said, and before I responded, I had to count to 100. I said, you have your nerve to ask this Baptist preacher who bears the scars of the civil rights movement, who marched with John Lewis, and both of us as young men were so greatly impacted by that brutal, inhumane murder of one Emmett Till in 1955 by those racist white men in Mississippi. I said, you have your nerve to call me, to ask me to support this man. And I said to her, Madam, you need to come and sit at my feet and let me teach you something. She said, but I don't need any teaching. I am convinced that he is a good man. She said, you know, he's keeping all of these immigrants out of the country, and that's a good thing. And then she said to me, you know, I'm from New York, and he used to come down to Harlem to play basketball with black boys. And you know, by that time, I thought I had to borrow some cussing language. But I say to you this day, the struggle is not about whether or not Donald Trump played basketball with some black boys. We had too much of a stereotypical image of black folks only being able to shoot a basket. But I've got news for you. Just the other day, a young man named Hakeem, at the age of 13, who began to study Albert Einstein and read every book that he could find, got a PhD degree from Stanford University in astrophysics. We can do more than shoot a basketball. And we don't need Steve Harvey to come and tell us he had a good meeting with Donald Trump. There will not be a good meeting until Donald Trump has a meeting with the Urban League president, with the NAACP president, with the National Council of Negro Women, with Jewish Interfaith Council, until justice roll down like waters and righteousness as an ever-flowing stream. Destiny of this country is at stake, and this is no time for entertainers. This is no time for somebody from a reality show. Now is the time for all good Americans to stand up for peace, stand up for justice, stand up for righteousness, stand up for inclusion, stand up for women, stand up for immigrants, stand up for the less fortunate. And when we stand up, the day will come when all of us will be able to say, I'm black and I'm proud. I'm brown and I'm sound. I'm yellow and I'm mellow. I'm red but I ain't dead. I'm white and I'm all right. I'm gay but I'm godly. I'm straight but I'm sensible. I'm a woman but I'm wise. I am an immigrant but I'm industrious. Until that day, let justice roll down like water and righteousness as an ever-flowing stream. God bless you. I love you. Hang in there. Don't let nobody turn you around. Hang in there. Don't let nobody take the dream. Hang in there. And peace will come and prevail in these United States of America.
I'm going to bring up Aaron Grizel. He's the one that's got all the activities that we have going on today. He's going to let you know what you can get turned loose to start doing today. Will you come up here now, sir?
Thank you, GL. Thank you, Interfaith Council. Thank you to our civic leaders, and thank you for such an inspiring preached word from the Reverend Dr. Amos C. Brown. Let's give him a right, all right, all right, all right, all right, all right. So you're all here, and we are ready to get started. Let me do two things. One is, we've had, and they might all be gone now, but we had programs, little 10-inch by 3-inch things that were passed around. Those who have those, raise them up, if you would. These MLK 2017, they give you all of the activities going on today. I'm going to give you three things that I want you to consider. For you young and you young at heart, who want to see yourself as a superhero and a super shero in comics, go up to the 4th floor, the City View room in the Metreon Theater. People who wrote Spider-Man and Batman and the Avengers and Luke Cage and Power Man and all that, they're up there. Go up there. Young people, go up there. There's free stuff for you. There's free comics for you. All of that. 4th floor, right behind you. Those of us who need to focus on our health and the ACA and all of those issues in the forum right behind, in the Yerba Buena Center for the Arts, is our Health and Wellness Festival. You can get services there. You can get all types of information regarding environmental justice, regarding health justice. All of that is in the forum. And then you have some goodies. Folks are in there selling one-of-a-kind pieces of art, works in commemoration of Dr. King. You want to look at all of that. And then you see right here, to my left and to your right, what you're looking at in that waterfall is the 3rd largest monument in honor of Dr. King in these United States. As Dr. Brown mentioned, this city has made a commitment to the legacy of Dr. King and Dr. King's impact by naming this monument after Dr. King. It is the crown jewel of this area. If you do the walk through there, you'll get that quote that Reverend Brown was speaking about. And then our main program that is going on moments after we adjourn here in the theater there at Yerba Buena Center for the Arts. I want everyone to get a seat. We have two things, or three things. The first is we have a musical presentation from the Martin Luther King Passages Singers. These are world-renowned singers who graced us at Grace Cathedral yesterday doing our MLK Evensong there at Grace Cathedral, and they are there to perform for you. Directly following that musical offering is our main program, Grade A Social Justice. Grade A. A means one athlete, one actor, one attorney, one activist, one academic, one artist. There will be groups of those in there doing a talk back. The Dr. Claiborne Carson, who is the director of the King Institute at Stanford University and the Martin Luther King Centennial Professor at Stanford, he is the person that in 1985, the late Coretta Scott King gave her husband's papers to hold in trust and to write all of those books and anthologies about Dr. King. He's the foremost Kingian scholar in the world today. He will be with us. We have see, I see some Warriors jerseys out here. Not these Warriors, but the 2008 Warriors that beat the Dallas Mavericks in a great series there. Baron Davis, Black Santa, is in there as our athlete. So you want to go in there for that. We have the president of the San Francisco Bar Association, Attorney Yolanda Jackson, will be in there. It is my hope our Willie B. Kennedy Service Award winner this year was the legendary Dolores Huerta. We are hoping that she stayed with us to be a part of this conversation as well. But we want you all to go in there for that conversation. It will be lively, it will be timely, and it is for you. And then we have the voices of the San Francisco Gay Men's Chorus, who will be rounding out that offering. So right after this, go into the theater, pack that out. You will leave edified, and you will leave refreshed. And then come back out here, because out here will be the soulful sounds of Zydeco. There will be some samba by Samba Funk. We have Grammy Award winning artists who will be performing on this stage. Our own local Kim Nally, jazz great, she will be performing on this stage. So we have all of this for you. Remember, Young at Heart, upstairs. Help everyone in the forum. We have film screenings there too, but go first to the theater and be edified and be refreshed. Is that all right? Is that all right?
Have we enjoyed our program this far? Are we ready to continue to enjoy this day? I just want to change this last verse. We're going to sing together, but I want us to sing something with meaning for our people who have come up here. Corletta Jackson, she said, let's keep this dream alive. Can we sing that today? Keep this dream alive. Keep this dream alive. Keep this dream alive today. Oh, deep in my heart, I do believe. Keep this dream alive today. Let's sing. We are not afraid. We are not afraid. We are not afraid. We are not afraid. We are not afraid today. Oh, deep in my heart, I do believe we shall overcome. We shall overcome today. Today.
Follow in the road, okay?
Follow 妈妈的道理。
They start asking questions, yeah.
This Friday.
Oh, excuse me. Excuse me.
We walking through the grass?
Right now, on Keep going. I wanted to say
It's all of our opportunity to be on program. Let us sing together. We shall overcome. Sing with victory. We shall overcome. On the side.
the jail. There can be no justice without peace, and there can be no peace without justice. For I believe, absolutely, that justice is indivisible, and injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. Conscience asks the question, is it right?
Hello, good morning, and good afternoon, and assalamu alaikum. My name is Ali Shaheed, and I am a member of the San Francisco Muslim Community Center. I am 13 years old, and I attend Hillview Junior High School in Pittsburgh, California. And today, I will be reading an excerpt from a letter from Birmingham Jail by Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. I'm cognizant of the interrelatedness of all communities and states. I cannot sit idly by in Atlanta and not be concerned about what happens in Birmingham. We are caught in an inescapable network of mutuality tied in a single garment of destiny. Whatever affects one directly affects all indirectly. Never again can we afford to live the narrow provincial outside agitator ideal. Anyone who lives inside the United States can never be considered an outsider anywhere within its bounds. Now it is time to make real the promise of democracy and transform our pending national elegy into a creative psalm of brotherhood. Now is the time to lift our national policy from quicksand of racial injustice to the solid rock of human dignity.
Is everybody ready for verse 2? Y'all ready? Walked hand in hand? Well, let's sing it. We'll walk hand in hand. We'll walk hand in hand. Let them hear you on Market Street. Let them hear you everywhere. Day, oh, deep in my heart, I do believe we'll walk hand in hand today.
Good morning. My name is Patrick Dilworth. I'm a senior at Stewart Hall High School. I'm 17 years old, and I will be reading an excerpt from Dr. King's letter from Birmingham Jail. I must confess that over the past few years, I have been gravely disappointed with the white moderate. I have almost reached the regrettable conclusion that the Negro's great stumbling block in his stride towards freedom is the white moderate, who is more devoted to order than to justice, who prefers a negative peace, which is the absence of tension, who constantly says, I agree with you in the goal you seek, but I cannot agree with your methods of direct action, who patternistically believes that he can set a timetable for another man's freedom, who lives by a mystical concept of time, and who constantly advises the Negro to wait for a more convenient season. Shallow understanding from people of goodwill is more frustrating than absolute misunderstanding from people of ill will. Lukewarm acceptance is much more bewildering than outright rejection. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Grace Pading. I'm a junior at St. Ignatius High School, and I attend the Buddhist Church of San Francisco. Today I will be reading an excerpt from Beyond Vietnam, A Time to Break Silence, by Martin Luther King. This call for a worldwide fellowship that lifts neighborly concern beyond one's tribe, race, class, and nation is in reality a call for an all-embracing and unconditional love for all men. This oft misunderstood and misinterpreted concept, so readily dismissed by the niches of the world as a weak and cowardly force, has now become an absolute necessity for the survival of men. When I speak of love, I am not speaking of some sentimental and weak response. I am speaking of a force which all the great religions have seen as the supreme, unifying principle of life. Love is somehow the key that unlocks the door, which leads to ultimate reality. This Hindu, Muslim, Christian, Jewish, Buddhist belief about ultimate reality is beautifully summed up in the first epistle of St. John. Let us love one another. For God is love, and everyone that loveth is born of God and knoweth God. He that loveth not knoweth not God, for God is love. If we love one another, God dwelleth in us, and his love is perfected in us.
I'll be free today. Oh, deep in my heart, I do believe we shall all be free today. Claim it. Claim your freedom.
Good morning. My name is Jonah Port. I am in 6th grade here in San Francisco. I am with the Jewish community. I will be reading an excerpt from I Have a Dream speech. I say to you today, my friends, so even though we face the difficulties of today and tomorrow, I still have a dream. It is a dream deeply rooted in the American dream. I have a dream that one day this nation will rise up and live out the true meaning of its creed. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal. I have a dream that one day on the red hills of Georgia, the sons of former slaves and the sons of former slave owners will be able to sit down together at the table of brotherhood. I have a dream that one day even the state of Mississippi, a state sweltering with the heat of injustice, sweltering with the heat of oppression, will be transformed into an oasis of freedom and justice. I have a dream that my 4 little children will one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. Yeah! I have a dream today.
We are not alone. We are here together. I see you, my sister. Love you. We are not alone. Can you sing that with me? Yeah. We are not alone. We are not alone. We are not alone today. Oh, deep in my heart, I do believe we are not alone today.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Hatim Mansouri. I represent the Muslim faith and also the 3rd Baptist Church Christian community. I graduated from Mission High School. I am currently a freshman philosophy major in the school my heart called, and the school Martin Luther King Jr. called, and my pastor Reverend Brown called. The one and only Morehouse College. I shall now read a speech from Martin Luther King Jr. I have a dream. I have a dream that one day, down in Alabama, with this vicious racist, with this governor having his lips dripping with the words of interposition and nullification. One day, right there in Alabama, little black boys and black girls will be able to join hands with little white boys and little white girls. as sisters and brothers. I have a dream today. I have a dream that one day every valley shall be exalted. Every hill and mountain shall be made low. The rough places will be made plain, and the crooked places will be made straight. And the glory of the Lord shall be revealed, and all flesh shall see it together. This is our hope. This is the faith that I go back to the South with. I really will go back to the South with this too. With this faith, we will be able to hew out of the mountain of despair a stone of hope. With this faith, we will be able to transform the jangling discourse of our nation into a beautiful symphony of brotherhood. With this faith, we will be able to work together, to pray together, to struggle together, to go to jail together, to stand up for freedom together, knowing that we will be free one day. This will be the day when all of God's children will be able to sing with a new meaning. My country, 'tis of thee, sweet land of liberty, of thee I sing. Land where my fathers died, land of the pilgrim's pride. From every mountainside, let freedom ring. Power to the people.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Are you ready to support Martin Luther King Jr.? Everybody say yeah! Good afternoon. My name is Rolani Nicole Jackson. I'm in the 5th grade and I'm originally from San Francisco. The poem I will be reading for you guys this afternoon is Don't Hate. Don't hate me because I'm black or white. Don't hate me because my skin color may not be like yours. Hate me for my actions, but don't hate me for the way I look. Judge me for my disposition and not my complexion. Our society is filled with lots of inequality. Be sure it's about personality instead of inequality. Don't be the one to practice segregation and discrimination. Be the one to practice a celebration of life, that all people are created equally. Thank you.
But yeah, he's an artist. He's checking out some of our work. And
I read that online. I've had some literally people's making stuff out.
But you have a card? I do have a card.
No, if anytime. That is very. And I
It's a different kind of
community college, but it failed. We tried.
Oh, maybe.
real cool. I say a lot of times, don't give up.
You're without a camera. Did you do that all week?
Yeah. So
Did you?
I don't know that person exists right now. Even if you don't to do the real awkward to look around that person. But that person is probably sitting in the junior high right now. And they're remaining bachelors. And honestly, I can't wait. Alright, am I out of time? Okay, alright, I'm going to get off. It looks like David Walker, you're coming up next, right? David Walker's coming up with Brian back there. Thank you for your time. I'd like to see you guys, and this is the way I can do it. We teach. And so, we're just going to, okay, so, so we're just going to jump into it. Like people actually completely inappropriate and don't stay That's what this is a very exciting event.
After every other episode, we do an animation. First Afro-anime series.
Nice.
Really pushing it. We're on this great platform called Webtoons. It's Stan Lee's new digital platform. We got an invitation to be a part of it. So every week, we drop a new episode, new soundtracks, new music, new content. And at the end of a chapter, we drop an animation just to show people how awesome it is.
Did you talk to Google?
No, we haven't talked to Google. We have some partners, but we're going to talk to them.
People who are just interested and they want to participate in exercise atmosphere and events. So we're just going to
We're on the opposite side. Like, if you want,
comic book. This is the latest one, and this is a collection of books that comic books that he's already done.
Oh, okay.
And this is his emblem.
Oh, nice. He's from the Academy of Arts?
No, actually he works for an organization called Hip Hop for Change.
I know.
At the schools all over the Bay Area. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's great.
Oh, okay. Good luck. No love? It's
screenwriting and comic learning, but I break down the entire page. So,
all right.
You know, it would be like panel one, shift.
Most of the leads behind.
Mark White, give love to the man.
So those same boxes.
The thing is that I feel like sometimes you never know how much time somebody's going to take to make it. So it's kind of you get the crayon too? Yeah.
And there's some other great things we're doing. Trains on our company. Because they're going to change. Does not feel like it's ready for
Open up the windows and lock the doors, hit me. Swing it from the hip, wriggle up your nose, curl up your lip. Cause this bonafide certified funky enough. Each whacking like a rabbit in a bucket of stuff. Oh, that's funky. Yeah, hard, not soft. Like a bucket of lard. Even grandpa's getting with the funky groove because he knows the beat makes you move. Yeah, yeah. And last but not least, our lead vocal, the songwriter that you've been hearing, this original music, this beautiful woman, divine, feminine, intelligent energy, and creative, has been writing this music, Miss Monica Hastings. Say line. That means peace. Peace. Yeah. That's what this song is about. It means peace. So when you're singing, you're manifesting peace. That's why I write. What about the prayers? In between. Hey. So say loud, that peace is the peace that exists from in between the moment you pray a prayer and the moment that it's manifested. Yes, that peace is when you believe is going to be better. Believe power is in the hands of the people. Believe that the people that are in charge mean us good and are going to do us good. They're going to do us good. Yeah.
you are my light. Come with me. Hold me in your arms. Come with me now. I just know you are my life.
want to say quickly, if you want more information, we have dance classes in San Francisco at AAACC, right in the Western Addition, kids programs as well, so come dance and see yourself performing with us in San Francisco Carnival, which is in May. So we're looking for dancers and drummers for Carnival. All those Carnivalescos, give a shout out. I see my brothers and sisters from Fogo na Ropa in the house. Shout out to Fogo and all the rest of the Carnival fam. I see you, but I can't recognize you. I'm getting a little bit older. All of the Carnival fam. That sounds like Tommy. But in any case,
what's up, Ornelas Sweden crew?
Thank you so much. Our next show, we're going to be doing Mardi Gras in Frisco at the end of February, so come check us out there. And also, we have a Black College Roundup happy hour to do some organizing, and that's going to be at Kanya. So this is our last song in commemoration of Mardi Gras. We want to see everybody dancing and partying. We call this one "Let's Go Get 'Em." 1, 2. Everybody on the floor, let's go. Bateria! Yeah. Everybody dance, everybody dance. Hey. Don't put that on y'all, yeah. I see Tanya in the front. So get it on in her. You better let it bubble while you can. Yerba Buena. Let's go get 'em. Yerba Buena. Let's go get 'em. We can do it now. Let's go get 'em. MLK Day. Let's go get 'em. Got you talking about freedom. Let's go get 'em. What about the people? Let's go get 'em. All powerful people. Let's go get 'em. Your powerful people. Let's go get 'em. About to get you started. Let's go get 'em. Better make a phone call. Let's go get 'em. Write an email. Let's go get 'em. Talk to someone that you know. Let's go get 'em. Let's make our community grow. Let's go get 'em. Let's go get 'em. Here we go. Don't crush your heart, crush your heart. Here we go. Come on. y'all sing. Let's go get 'em. Let's tell you a little story. Let's go get 'em. Down on the bayou. Let's go get 'em. A little bitty baby. Let's go get 'em. All out the way. Let's go get 'em. A big bang gator. Let's go get 'em. Let's go get 'em. Let's go get 'em. Jesus now. Let's go get 'em. Let's go get 'em. Let's go get 'em. How you get 'em? Let's go get 'em. Let's go get 'em. Come on in. Let's go get 'em. 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 That's it. Let's go get 'em. Let's go get 'em. Come on, y'all. Gotcha. You're moving. Yeah. Yes. We're having fun on Martin Luther King Day. Can you say MLK? MLK. Say MLK. MLK. Say MLK. MLK. Yeah, give it up. Thank you everybody. Thank you, KPLX.
Soca Funk, y'all! Wow!
We have Jamming Nachos coming up next.
How much will you need? say justice.
Yes.
Okay, fine. Do whatever you want. Typical model fit. I said don't
Leave the party to San Francisco.